Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox, and what I want to talk about here is Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury earlier on today tweeted out this message, basically saying that he will not be reapplying for his license. He said, after thinking long and hard about my return, I will not be applying for my license. After the way they have handled stuff, no thanks. Now, I did a video about this a while ago where I couldn't understand why the British Boxing Board of Control will take it so long in dealing with Tyson Fury's case. Now in early 2015, January 2015, he tested positive for a banned substance. At the end of that year, in December, he then fought Vladimir Klitschko and obviously did the impossible, dethroned the heavyweight king at that time, became undisputed champion, had a rematch lined up, and things started to break down with Tyson Fury on a personal level. He was involved in taking recreational drugs like cocaine, alcohol, and then it was discovered that he had a mental illness, and the Klitschko fight was off. He, basically before it was off, he was actually, visited by UCAD, and UCAD wanted to test him. He refused to test him because he had these recreational drugs in him, and who knows what else. He then pulled out of the fight with Klitschko, stating he had mental health issues, and then at that time he gave up his belts, etc., got suspended. All sorts of things was going on, and he's still under suspension, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if it's been lifted. I haven't seen it. I was looking at boxingscene.com, and their article on there didn't say anything about his suspension being lifted. So his case was still pending. Now, I've talked about this before, that it's taken so long to work this out. I've said this before, if Tyson Fury in January 2015 tested positive for a banned substance, then by all rights he's allowed to ask for his B sample to be tested. Again, if that fails, then you just simply suspend him. I've said this before, you simply suspend him. You don't prolong it the way they have. And I kind of feel for Tyson Fury a little bit, because either you ban him and say you're suspended, you can't fight, we're not going to give you a license for another 12 months, 2 years, 6 months, whatever it is, and then you know where you stand. But they didn't. They allowed him. He failed it in January 2015, fought Klitschko in December 2015, beat Klitschko, had a rematch lined up, and still, here we are, approaching the end of 2017, and they haven't resolved this matter. I don't care what the British Boxing Board of Control and UCAD say. Sorry, it can't take that long to figure this out. And I can understand that the Fury family feels that there's a conspiracy against them, etc., and all that sort of stuff. I get it, because no one else is going for this. Other fighters, they're either found guilty of using PEDs or not, and then they're suspended immediately. Look at Lucas Brown, immediately suspended. You look at Povetkin, Ortiz now. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. And I get most people don't like Tyson Fury for whatever reason. Personally, I don't have an issue with him. I think he's real. He says how he feels. I know he's outspoken and stuff, but like I said to you before, boxing needs, a variety of personalities in it. Otherwise, it would just be boring. You want trash talkers. I like trash talkers. I don't mind the respectful ones. Oh, he's a great fighter, and he'll be a great fight, and we're the best man win, and all that. To be honest with you, I find that really boring. I like trash talking each other in the build up, trying to get in each other's head, because it's all about, psychological warfare is all about, it's a big part of fighting, in any combat sport. So I enjoy it, it's entertaining. Why wouldn't you want to see that? You can shake hands and give each other a hug after the fight's done, but in the build up, I just want to see two guys go at each other, and then fight. But with Tyson Fury, I think, this is ridiculous what's going on. Either he tested positive, yes, no, okay, you're suspended. Not prolong it near enough, 3 years now. 2015, 2016, we're now at the end of 2017, and you still haven't sorted this out. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I understand, I do feel for him. And a lot of people aren't going to be happy that I've said that. Don't care, that's just my opinion. You know, I personally think there's been a conspiracy against him for a while. I'm not going to lie. You know, that they've been against him. For me, it feels like they want to get rid of Tyson Fury. They don't want him in boxing. You know, not be funny. Look at the way the IBF dealt with him in terms of his title. Now, I understand that the IBF regulations state that once you become a champion of one of their belts, you hold one of the belts at heavyweight, within the first 12 months you have to make a mandatory challenge. But they knew full well that he had in his contract, yeah, a rematch clause, which Klitschko put in place. You still couldn't give him an exception for that. You couldn't give him an exception for that. Yeah, I find it, and then they said, you've got 30 days. No, we don't care if you've got a rematch clause in place. You have to agree terms with your mandatory challenger, otherwise we'll strip you of your belt. Funny now, fast forward it a little bit. Let's look at Anthony Joshua. How many times has Anthony Joshua been given an exception? How many times has he been given an exception? You know, Pulev's his current mandatory challenger who he's now fighting, but he was given an exception a couple of times for that. So he was given an exception for to fight Eric Molina, and Pulev was put aside. Then Klitschko, Pulev was put aside again. If the rematch with Klitschko happened for a second time, again Pulev would have been put aside. So that would have been 3 exceptions. So you can give Anthony Joshua 2 exceptions and potentially a third if he fought Klitschko again, but you can't give Tyson Fury 1 to have a rematch with Klitschko. I don't understand it. You know, to me that sounds like you had it in for him and you just wanted to get rid of him. You didn't want Tyson Fury holding your belt. Then the belt goes up for a vacant. This is the funny thing, yeah. Then the belt goes up for a vacant fight, a vacant championship fight between Charles Martin and whoever that guy he fought. Yeah, the guy busted his knee in the fight and the fight was off. He didn't even knock him out. He didn't even win the title. You know, it was literally handed to him, to Charles Martin. Then Charles Martin, funny enough, calls out Anthony Joshua. They fly him out and pay him $6 million or whatever it is to do it, and AJ knocks him out in 2. So, sorry, maybe a little bit of suspicion going on, some backroom deals going on there to make that happen. In my opinion, you know, I don't care what anyone says out there, it's in your face. And how people are ignoring it, missing it, just because they hate Tyson Fury is beyond me. You know, I think he's been hard done by, to be honest with you. And like I said, if you've tested positive, you've tested positive. So ban him, suspend him. What do you need to hear? What's the hearing need? There's no need for a hearing. You just pull him up, and actually you would have to have a hearing. You just pull that person up and you say, right, we found these samples. We've got these samples of yours. They're contaminated with, they're not contaminated, they have traces of this and that or whatever in there, and these are banned substances. What do you have to say? Were you taking it? Tyson needs to say, yeah, I know, well, sorry, these prove that you were taking it. We're now suspending you for 12 months, 2 years, whatever it is. You know? But now you've waited 3 years. And you've just, to the point where he says, I've had enough of this. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother reapplying for my license or fighting ever again. You know? So having said that, he has said this before. Oh, I can't be bothered, I'm not going to come back, etc. He said all this sort of stuff before, and then he comes back a few months later. So, in my opinion, definitely Tyson Fury has some mental illness issues. There's no doubt about that. We know it. And it shows when he does that. He says, I'm not coming back. And then a few months later, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm going to do AJ and this and that. And then he says, I'm going to come back. Then I'm not. You don't know what's going on. Oh, yeah, I'm back in training. And he's not back in training. Then he gets back in training. Then he's not back in training. You know, back and forth. So he's quite clearly not well mentally. But at the same time, this doesn't help. Do you know what I mean? This is just, in my opinion, I think it's just wrong. You either tell someone, I'm not trying to say that if he has taken banned substances, then absolutely he should be banned. You know, I'm not defending that. What I'm saying is that you've got to be fair with everyone. You know, and that's the problem in boxing. Is the same rule doesn't apply to everyone. Look at the IBF rule around mandatory challenges. They were literally forcing it on Tyson Fury and saying, no, you have to do it. 30 days, you need to negotiate it, and that's that. You know, you can't have your rematch with, we don't care about your rematch clause with Klitschko. But with Anthony Joshua, you were happy to do it. On a couple of occasions, and a third perhaps as well if Klitschko hadn't retired. So, that's where I'm at. I don't know whether he's going to come back or not. Tyson Fury is unpredictable. As we all know, he's unpredictable. Like I said, who knows whether he's being serious this time or not being serious. We just have to wait and see and watch this space, I suppose. You can leave a comment if you want. And as always, like, share, subscribe, guys. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.